I know you heard that from them basketball girls. You ain't got to tell me, them my cousins.
I'll keep a professional demeanor here.
I know you heard it from. That's your little basketball girl.
Those are the stories I'm looking for.
Yes, he was.
Let me make sure that light's still right here. Make sure we get you properly lit.
Well, make sure I'm all done here.
I love that dress.
Thank you.
That's just fantastic. Okay, just going to ask. I got a couple I was told to ask, and then we'll see what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
If you would look at you can look at the camera and say your name and the years that you worked. Did you attend the school and teach there?
Yes, I did.
Oh well, the years you attended and the years you taught, please.
My name is Lollie Mae Mckinney Surratt. I attended Langston High School from fall of 1939 till the spring of 1945. I was one of or maybe the only only sixth grade class that attended Langston.
Oh.
I don't yet know why, but a second grade teacher came from the elementary school and taught me in the sixth grade, and she was really a lovely person. I just loved it.
Oh, fantastic.
And I finished. I graduated in the spring of 45, and I stayed out of school for a year while my brother finished, and I stayed. As it was his state then, and then he sent me to college for 4 more years.
Where'd you go to college?
I went 1 year to Morristown College, which was junior college, 1 year to Swift Memorial Junior College, 2 years to Tennessee A&I State University. It became a university the year that I graduated, 1951. My days at Langston were very eventful. My mother was high on education. We had migrated from Chesney, South Carolina to Johnson City so that we could attend school and get an education.
Oh. They thought that the schools in Johnson City were better than they had.
Well, in Chesney it was farming territory, and they put out crops, and then we went to school, and then when it was hoeing time, we had to come out of school, and then when it was time to pick cotton, we had to come out of school. But we didn't do that. My mother did not let us do that. Every day that the school door was open, we were there. We did chores before and after school and on Saturdays. But my father was a World War I veteran, and they paid off a bonus in 1936, and we were able to move to Johnson City at that time, where we were able to attend school regularly. My teachers at Langston, as the teachers were in those days, they were caring people. They cared that you got your lesson, they cared that you were in school, and they cared that you did what you were supposed to do while you were there. And my mother's told us when we were going to school, she said, I'm sending you to school so you can learn what the teachers know. I'm not sending you there to teach the teachers. She said, they've already got their degree and they're making their money, and that's what you need to try to find out how to do.
Spoken like a true educator.
So when we had a problem, we would tell our mother that Mrs. So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so did thus and so. And she told us whatever the teacher did was right. It's like the customer. The teachers were always right. But sometimes between the time that school opened the next day or the next day and it closed the next day, she would we lived very close to the school, but she would take a roundabout route to the school to straighten the teacher out. But we never knew that she went to talk to the teacher. She said she did not allow us to talk to the teacher. But we didn't have that problem. After that, I mean, we didn't have the problem, but we didn't straighten it out. She did.
When you moved to Johnson City, what are your memories of the town?
Johnson City.
Yeah.
Well, it was not like Chesney at all, because Chesney was like red mud, and they had highways that were paved, but if you were going to Aunt John's or Aunt Sue or Uncle John's house, you were on a muddy road, dirt road. And of course it was, bigger, and things were quite different, but she didn't let that faze her. I don't know many things that my mother was fazed.
Sounds like a great lady. That's awesome. I totally respect that.
She was. I talk a lot about my mother, but my father was there in the picture. He, like I say, he was a World War I veteran, and he had health problems and this and that. But he was a great babysitter, though. I know he nursed my baby brother back to health. He had pneumonia, and my mama went to work, and he took care of, we called him Buckwheat. he took care of Buckwheat.
That's great. Do you have any single memory of your time at Langston that stands out, that's just especially vivid to you even now?
Well, I was trying to think of that. But I was one of the ones who, I wasn't very outgoing when I was at Langston. You can hear me talk now nonstop, but I just, and then my mother just sort of kept us all in a straight line, and it was easier to do what she said do and obey her rules, and the teachers were nice, and most of the students were nice, and at least I had to pretend they were, so
Whatever it took to keep the peace.
To keep the peace, and really, I just didn't find a lot of mean teachers at Langston. They were all, if you were interested in doing what you needed to have done in your work, they were just very, very helpful. They were then, and that was a pattern for them, because I know we didn't have books for some of the subjects and didn't have some of the subjects, but when we finished our 4 years, going to college was a pretty good option, because you could extend your high school education and still get college credits. So that helped a lot, but they taught, they probably hired to teach English, but they might have taught French or German or whatever. Whatever you needed, that's what you got at Langston.
Now that the new Langston Art and Education Center is open, is getting ready to, it's been approved. It's it's definitely going to happen. What's the importance of bridging your time at Langston, the old school, and this new community center?
I think children nowadays don't really have childhood, and some of them don't know anything about their heritage or their background or any of that. And I think that I'm hoping that they will get a feel of something that happened before them that makes it possible for them to do these things that they are doing.
That little bit of inspiration from those teachers.
Yeah, I hope they can sort of relate the old with the new, because I think one philosopher says there's nothing new under the sun. So, I mean, you have to get a grasp of that. But anyway, but I really feel sorry for kids today.
It's a tough world now. It's a lot less forgiving.
Yeah, I don't do computers, and I just refuse to. I said I'm just not going to do it. But anyway, I at one time I have 11. I claim about 11, 12 great grandchildren, and I always says, well, I've still got it. So I get my
Well, the grandkids say you still got it. You still got it.
Yeah, I still got it. I'd get my puzzles, and I'd get my storybooks, and I'd get all this, and I'd go and sit down with them. Well, I did that with my grandkids.
Yeah.
But I did this for a while with my grandkids, and then I went, and here they go.
They don't even understand what they're missing.
No, they don't understand. And of course, there are some parents who are, well, anyway, some parents know, but
Right.
These parents aren't. They're my grandchildren, but they're not those kind of parents. And you just don't mess with people's kids nowadays.
Do you have advice for kids that are going to be attending this arts center?
I would say that they should try to take advantage of all the opportunities that are being offered and try to get, like I say, a feel for something that happened in the past that has made it possible for them to be able to do this, and maybe kind of observe the progress that they've made from here to there.
I appreciate you, Ms. McKinney. It's been great having you sit down with us. Thank you.